Hey guys, it's Nick. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I talk about all things design, so whether you're doing a complete renovation or you're just updating your home or you're just interested in design, feel free to subscribe down below because I post here every week. Now today we are talking about my 2020 kitchen design trends. First trend I want to talk about is open shelving in your kitchen. Now this trend has been around for a little bit, but it's not for the faint of heart. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So this is when you're seeing those open shelving. So rather than doing closed cabinetry, rather than paneling everything, you're seeing things a little bit more open. So I think people are really loving this trend because they're able to show off some of their really nice dishware, or they're able to show off some really nice bowls, or maybe some plants in the kitchen. You can bring a little bit more life to the space, because sometimes I think when everything is completely paneled, it might look a little bit sterile. But this way you're adding a little bit of life, a little bit of intrigue. So that's the good news with open shelving. But here's the thing, I say it's not for the faint of heart because you've got to be really super diligent if you're going to do this. You got to keep it super clean and super organized because the open shelving hides nothing. So although it's a really cool trend and I think it's really interesting and it is providing some intrigue to kitchens rather than just having everything paneled, it's kind of a little bit for people that like to be really organized and really clean. So just kind of something to be mindful of. Second thing I'm noticing is cabinets to the ceiling. I have seen this for quite a while, but this is something that is definitely big in 2020. So normally what you'll see is cabinets will sometimes come about a foot away from the ceiling and they look really cropped up top. It's generally cheaper to do it this way, but what we're seeing a lot more is panel it right up to the ceiling. I think this is really cool. I think it looks a lot more finished, a lot more complete. I never liked sort of that really cropped cabinet look. So you're seeing that so much more in 2020. And I think it's honestly a really, really great trend. And I think it's something that we're gonna see keep in style for years to come. Third trend is matte black hardware. I was gonna talk about mixed metals because mixed metals is also something really trendy, so kind of a bonus tip, but I think I'm gonna go with matte black as one of the trendiest sort of finishes that we've seen in a while. Chrome is just something that is very classic. It's something that's always going to be sort of in fashion. It's always something that's going to be there, but matte black has really taken over as being the primary metal of choice for people that I think that are going for a clean, sort of modern, a little bit more contemporary look. So matte black is very trendy right now, and putting a matte black faucet, matte black hardware is definitely trending for 2020. Now, some of you might know, I sort of don't really talk about it too often, but I do own a company called Ollie Nickel. You can check us out, ollienickel.com. I own that business. We mostly specialize in bathroom hardware. So to Ollie Nickel, in the bathroom, I can tell you, we see matte black is by far our most popular finish. It's way more popular even than brushed gold. It's more popular than chrome, which are sort of chrome is definitely more of a classic finish. And if it's true in the bathroom, I can tell you it's also very true in the kitchen. This is a trend that's not going away. This finish is definitely becoming super popular for 2020, and I see it being super popular in the years to come. So another trend that I'm seeing a lot of, you guys, is hidden or paneled appliances. So what do I mean by this? I mean different appliances in your kitchen, say like your dishwasher or your fridge or the overhead fan, they can be paneled. So that means that you can have them integrated into your space so that whatever your cupboards are can be carried through into covering up those appliances. So rather than going with kind of the stainless steel sort of boring kind of look that you've seen everywhere, you can have it so that instead of having something like a stainless steel fridge, you can have it fully integrated and paneled into your space. This is a trend that's been around for a little bit, but you're seeing it more and more in 2020. People are really seeming to loving this look. I actually really do prefer it rather than going with your typical stainless. So I think for a lot of people, this trend comes down to cost. It's a lot more expensive to buy specialized appliances that are paneled and integrated. But if you're really going for that high-end look in your kitchen, it's something that is just that little bit extra special. It's going to make everything look really seamless in your kitchen. So one look that is not very expensive is going with butcher block countertops. So if you remember, I briefly mentioned butcher block countertops in my video here, wait, it's over here, which is when I talk about quartz versus granite for your kitchens. But butcher block is a really affordable option, and it's very trendy. So a really popular thing right now to also do is to just maybe do quartz countertops or even marble, except you know how I feel about marble in the kitchen, on the back counter, and then do butcher block for an island. And that's kind of a way to really sort of warm up that space. And again, it's a much more affordable option than some of the other countertops out there, and super trendy for 2020. So think about that. Another trend I'm seeing a lot of is composite granite sinks. So for so long, stainless steel or even porcelain sinks have been really super popular. So a stainless sink is still probably going to be your most affordable option, but what you're seeing a lot more of, especially in sort of modern contemporary designs, is people opting not to do a stainless sink and instead going for a colored sink like a composite. So a composite granite sink is basically like a resin mixed in with granite or other material that basically creates a sink that's very hard, very durable. But of course, because there's a pigment added, it can be in a bunch of different colors. So they have different ones like mocha, you can get black, you can get gray, and it just looks really matte, it looks really cool. I actually have one in my kitchen. I have a black composite sink as well, so maybe if you guys really are interested, let me know, comment below, and maybe I can do a review on that. I can let you guys know what I think, but it's definitely a trend that I'm seeing a lot more of. So another trend that we're seeing a lot of is two-tone cabinetry in the kitchen. So you're seeing a different colored panel on the top of the cabinetry, and then you're seeing a different color down below. I think this creates a really interesting look. You're seeing so much more of it, and honestly, it's kind of a bit of a refreshing break from the typical white kitchen, which we, I think, have seen so many times over the last several years. So it's just really nice for people to add a little bit more color and doing it in a really kind of funky way. So it kind of really breaks up the space by doing the two different colors. I think it looks really sharp, really cool, super on trend for 2020. So my last tip for you guys is a slim shaker panel. So a slim shaker is going to be still a shaker style, so you're still going to get that detail, but it's going to be quite a bit thinner. So generally, the more modern look is to go a little bit thinner than if you're going to go for a really thick shaker style. I love this trend. I think this is a really, I sometimes find that the slab can look a little bit boring. It might look really nice when it's just kind of like one panel, but when you're just seeing a whole wall of it, kind of a little bit builder grade, can just look a little bit flat and not that interesting. But a shaker sometimes looks a little bit traditional. So a slimmer shaker is a great compromise where you're still getting that detail, you're still getting kind of those interesting touches that you want on your cabinets, but what you're not getting is this kind of really big, chunky, sort of traditional grandma looking kitchen. So that's it for my trends for 2020. So give me a like if you got value out of this content. Feel free to subscribe for more design related content every week. And that's it for me. Bye.